This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Locked On Reds postcast brought to you by the Locked On Podcast Network. My name is Tim Daniel. I have been covering the Cincinnati Reds in podcast form for over 5 years at publications such as the Riverfront and Late Night Reds. You can of course catch me after every single Reds game here on the Locked On Podcast Network behind no paywalls, all free. And you can check out my good friends Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker on Locked On Reds Monday through Friday. Today was terrible. The Cincinnati Reds had an opportunity to win a series. They had a game in their hands with an opportunity to win and get out of here on a getaway day and had the Baltimore with their heads held high. Couldn't do it. And a lot goes into that. So on today's show, we're going to talk about how they gave the Mariners this game, how they just gave it away when the Mariners were trying to give them the game. We're going to talk about Elly De La Cruz again for the wrong reasons. And on a happier note, because we need a silver lining, we need something to send us out on a high note before we have to think about this game for 27 hours. Yeah, 27 hours because of the Baltimore game tomorrow. We got to talk about Jake Fraley having a really good day. So there is a lot to get to. I cannot wait to get your guys' thoughts and comments on this, and we will get to that as well. But first, here is what we are talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Blunders on blunders on blunders. Now, one of the things I really loved about Monday's game against Seattle was that the Reds won it on all three levels: offense, defense, and pitching. Even Lodolo doesn't have a great outing, they still find a way to get the bullpen to kind of keep them in it. This today, polar opposite. They found three different ways to lose this game: on offense, on defense, and in pitching. And it's frustrating. It's really, really irritating. Elly is not the worst fielding shortstop you've ever seen. Please check out a Baseball Savant page. He is, I don't know why he's doing the things he's doing, but there are far worse shortstops than Elly De La Cruz. Believe me. We don't say that when he fields balls in left field. So I don't think I'm going to say that here either. But what happened today is awful. It's embarrassing. Let's start with 4 defensive errors. That can't happen. Now, to your point, Elly had 2 of those, and they were bad ones, and they led to runs. Can't have that. That's what's really frustrating there, especially because we should be talking about the fact that he got on base 3 times today, right? That should be the conversation with him. And we're not having that conversation with him, which that's a whole segment. We're coming up here in a bit. So yeah, the 4 errors there. You take the lead on a huge emotional, like, rally the troops, grand slam home run in the bottom of the 8th, going to the 9th inning. You got your surefire guy going on there to the 9th who's been really good the whole time, all year. Gives up 2 solo shots to tie the game. Can't have that. Graham Ashcraft comes in the 10th and gets squeezed on strike 3 to Randy Arozarena. I agree, but then gives up a double. Can't have that. This was a game that the Cincinnati Reds had so many chances to win this game. They were up 2-0. They were up 7-5. You should win games when you have 2 leads like that. I mean, you know, they've come back from those games when they've been down twice like that. You should for sure, with a game like this, on your field, when you have the last chance to bat, win this one. And this was a game that they really let go. This is a game they should have closed out. They should have taken care of business. We should be all excited today. We should be having a great time talking about a series victory, their 3rd straight series win, and we're not, because the Cincinnati Reds fundamentally were bad today. They fundamentally were bad in all 3 levels. Pitching just left a lot out there. I mean, those 2 home runs Pagán gave up to Raleigh and Arozarena just looked like it was just like, they were unbelievable. I mean, those pitches right down the middle. And they were awful pitches. Jeimer Candelario, once again, frustrating. I know everyone's going to come bring it, so I'm just going to get ahead of it. Yeah, he was really bad today. That at bat in extra innings was terrible. They were 1 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. 1 for 7. They left 8 on base today. They lost by 4. They had this game won. I mean, flat out had this game won. And the bullpen has been pretty solid majority of the year. Today, really let this one go. Tony Santillan even had a bad outing, who's been pretty solid all year. Emilio Pagán has his first outing of just like, ooh, that was really bad. So this stunk. And I know normally I'm here and I'm going to be like, hey guys, we'll find silver linings. Everything's going to be okay. And it's all good. Now there's none of that today. Send Elly to the outfield. We're not. Okay, let's just get ahead of this now. If you think Elly De La Cruz is bad as a shortstop, why do you think he's going to be a better center fielder? What legitimate thing here makes you say that? So again, friendly reminder, really, really good, has some mental lapses. That's all it is. But that's all it is. And I suspect that eventually that's going to go away. Yes, Ron, 4 freaking errors is unacceptable. I agree. Graham Ashcraft on that one fielding the butt. That was terrible. Our PFP is not a thing in spring training anymore. I don't know. It didn't look like it in that one. So as you can tell, I'm disappointed. But we will find a way to be fine. Ron, the defense has been incredible all year. Today was the first time their defense was horrendous, probably since the first week of the season. It's just a bad game. I think it's a disappointing game. I'm as irritated as everyone else is. They should have won this game. They should have taken care of business, and they didn't. That's on them. For the people who want to blame Francona for this one, I don't think he necessarily put himself in a situation to lose today. I think the players had to do their job, and they didn't. Zach Carr, do you think an off day would help Elly? Let me get to that in the next segment, because I do want to talk quite a bit about that, because there's a lot to like about how he's playing right now, realistically, and there's a lot to not like. So I will get to that as well. But heck, yeah, exactly, Ron. It's not Terry's fault today. So anyone who wants to blame him, it's absolutely not his fault. So I'm going to go ahead and when we come back from the next segment, we'll get into the Elly De La Cruz thing. So I know everyone wants to talk about it. I want to talk about it. So let's go right there. There's nothing better than catching a Major League Baseball game live. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the smell of ballpark food. And if you're looking to go last minute, Game Time makes getting tickets easier than ever. With last minute deals, all-in pricing, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the stress out of buying MLB tickets. Plus, tickets drops as Game Time gets closer, meaning you can score an incredible deal. I love when I'm down at GABP, hanging out, grabbing a beer in the Dora area, grabbing some tacos at Condado, checking my phone to see when can I get the best tickets possible. And this is when it happens, is right here at Game Time. I love that I can preview my exact seat before purchasing. No bad surprises when I get to the stadium either. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first order. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Basketball and hockey playoffs are heating up, and there's no better way to turn your sports knowledge into real rewards than with Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy. With Prize Picks, you simply pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and you're in. You can even combine players across sports, basketball, hockey, baseball, and more for a chance to up to 2,000 times your cash. We all know me. I love the NBA. It's NBA playoff time, my favorite time of the year, and I'm going Luka Doncic, more than 45 points, rebounds, assists on Saturday versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Anthony Davis on Friday in the playing game against Memphis, more 42.5 points, rebounds, assists. What I love is how easy it is to set your lineup in just under 60 seconds. PrizePicks even runs cool promos like Taco Tuesday, with a discount player projections up to 25% for even more value, and payouts are fast, safe, and secure. Download the app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today in this late afternoon, disappointing day of Great American Ballpark, where the Cincinnati Reds take a 11-7 loss to the Seattle Mariners in a game that they for sure should have won. Be sure, as always, to check out my good friends Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker for free on this very feed, whether it is on your app, your YouTube, or your podcast app of choice. Take us to the gym, take us on your walk with your dog, take us wherever you want to go. Take us in the car. We will be there all ready to listen as well. So let's go ahead here. Let's figure out where this game really was won or lost. Let's talk about the turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Randy Arozarena tying the game to make it 7-7 the ninth inning and sending this to extras is where this game really fell apart, it feels like. I know the Reds had 2 more chances to score runs, and they didn't. So we'll go ahead and put it nicely there. Second day in a row, we're talking about Elly De La Cruz when we should be talking about the fact that he's been on base 5 times in the last 2 games. That's the conversation we should be having. That's not the conversation we're having today. A couple things here we're going to talk about. This is a really bad defensive day for him. And look, I see it all the time. I know how everyone feels about it. And today was just a really, really frustrating day for him. So 2 bad errors that lead to runs scored. One of them is late in the game. There's the bounce for the first base. Can't have that. There's the twice in the same game, he had a bounce ball that went by him and caused him to get reach out to do a bare hand or anything like that. So, this is the same guy we're talking about, though, that the other day had a hell of a play chasing a ball down in left field from the shortstop position. So I'm not going to fool everyone this, but I think it's just a guy who had 2 bad games back to back. And yeah, this has to be something that has to get better. This has to be, if it's a mental thing, we got to figure out how to get past it. I do think we will. He's too talented. He's too good. And for everyone, there's no one that's going to offer you the range that he has at shortstop. I'm sorry. There's just not. Matt McClain, I know, is a shortstop by trade. Novi Marte is a shortstop by trade. Those guys are not Elly De La Cruz defensively. Now, you can come here. You can tell me all about how you're frustrated with stuff. Yeah, I am really, really at the point where I get it. But I'm not going to take him out of that spot because I don't think that they have someone who's going to do it better than him. Even if those guys are shortstops by trade, McClain's been great at second base. I know Lux is good too, but okay, so keep him there. Novi Marte, do you want to take him off third base? Have you seen third base at Cincinnati this year? Jimmy Candelario has been playing third base majority of the time. And if you want Santiago Espinal playing there every day and having a whole lot, you get contact, which is more than Candelario can say. But you're also getting a lot of situations where, the comments are cracking me up today, Bruce. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. You're also getting situations where you have no pop whatsoever. So here it is. There's the defensive side of things. On the offense side of things, 2 really bad strikeouts. And I'm the first person to tell you, strikeouts are going to be part of Elly De La Cruz. It just is what it is. Strikeouts are a part of Julio Rodriguez. That guy's a 2-time All-Star. Strikeouts are a part of a lot of big-time players, especially in modern-day baseball. It just is what it is. The guessing, the psyching himself out stuff, it looks like at times, is where I'm frustrated. The first one, the fastball down the middle. Full count. Get the bat off your shoulder, dude. Come on. You can't take that. You have a chance to potentially win the game there. That's frustrating. I can live with a borderline call that you miss and the pitcher gets rewarded. Fine. Happens all the time. It's baseball. Right down the middle, 3-2 full count. Runners on. No, can't take that. That has to be something you get fixed. If you're going to take this next level, if you're going to be this guy that a lot of us are super high on, this MVP type player that has all this talent in the world, your guy that everyone's freaking out about that in 4 years is not going to be a Red because someone's going to offer him a ton of money. You need to be the guy who hits that ball. You need to be the guy who, I don't believe in this guy hits this part in the order because he's this good, but you can't freeze in situations like that. And I think that today he's going to have to look at this game. He's going to have to watch the film, and his pitch recognition has to get better. And I think it will. There are things where you can go hey, he's really young. He's really talented. This and that. This is what, 3rd full season we're going to now in the big leagues. He's got to take that. He's got to swing that bat there. So that's where I'm going to go with that. But hey, we've talked about a lot of bad, and there is a lot of bad to talk about for this game. So we're going to end the day on some good. When we come back from this next one, 3 ads today. It's pretty weird. I'm going to talk about the day that Jake Fraley had. And really, for the season he's had, I think he deserves for us to have a good day to talk about him. Did you know your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices, no console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe or sign into Xbox Game Pass Unlimited with EA Play included, and you're ready to play. Dive into hundreds of premium titles from EA Sports College Football 25. I run an online dynasty that I'm obsessed with, to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Avowed. As easily as you stream your favorite shows, it's gaming mode simple, and it's all on your Fire TV. Latest technology for elevated playing with Wi-Fi 6, 6E, and auto low latency mode, advanced technology, Fire TV Stick 4K delivers smoother, more responsive gameplay with lightning-fast speeds you need to stay competitive. With 4K streaming, watch more than 1.5 million movies and TV episodes from your favorite subscribed services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Max, and more. Play high-quality Xbox games at a fraction of the cost of a console. Already have a console? A Fire TV Stick 4K device is more affordable and easier to travel with, allowing you to take you or your kids' games wherever you plug in. I am obsessed with video gaming. It's one of my favorite things to do, so stuff like this is really perfect for me. Head to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked In to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices including Fire TV Stick 4K 2nd Gen, Fire TV Stick 4K Max 1st and 2nd Gen, and Fire TV Cube 3rd Gen. Been a long time coming that we could say this one. Here's today's Locked On Player of the Game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
How about Jake Fraley today, guys? Okay, I just was going to talk about the error because that's the mood we're in. But for a guy that we've been critical of all year, we got to be happy for him when he has a day like today. 2 really nice hits today. A grand slam, smoked it, 101 off the bat. Has had 3 hard hit balls the last couple days. So I don't know if Rake Fraley season is coming, but this was a really nice day for him. And if he doesn't have another one like this, we at least had today to say, like, kudos to him. I know that felt good to do against his former team. Roped a double today, too. So Jake Fraley today, 3 for 5 with 4 runs batted in and a nice grand slam home run. So brings his average up to 234 from 190 or something like that. Wasn't great, but I'm going to go ahead and celebrate this for Jake and wish that we were doing it with a winning fashion. So that puts an end to today's game. The Seattle Mariners victorious at Great American Ballpark over the Cincinnati Reds with 11 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. The Cincinnati Reds 7 runs on 10 hits, 4 errors. You're a winning pitcher today. Something I didn't think I'd ever be saying again. Casey Legumina gets his first win of the year. Your loser today, Graham Ashcraft. The Cincinnati Reds are back at it tomorrow in Baltimore for a series with the Orioles. So first pitch is at 7:05. Andrew Abbott taking them out for the Reds. And according to MLB.com right now, Baltimore has not announced their rotation yet. So I don't have that information for you just yet, but I'm sure we will have it with Jeff and Steve on tomorrow's Locked On Reds. So thank you guys for hanging out with me on a disappointing day. It's going to be all right. I think it's going to be a good series in Baltimore. They're not exactly playing great baseball either. So Reds have a good chance with the schedule coming up to get things right again. I'm Tim Daniel. Have a good night. I will see you all soon.